Welcome back. Here is my third video in my engine start stand plans. Things have come together very nicely. It is Sunday, March 18th. Just finished doing a little bit of clear coating on this thing. We got it all primed up with some self-etching Duplicolor primer. It's kind of an olive green or an army green, and I was initially going to repaint it over top of that like a red or a black or something, but I got a lot of compliments on the green and a lot of people liked it, so I just went and got some Duplicoat clear coat and just put a couple coats of clear coat on it. I think it turned out pretty decent. The color's growing on me. And then I used some high temp paint on the arms just because, they'll be closer to the engine. I stayed pretty close to my plans. Everything changes a little bit. The expanded metal, I changed that idea up a little bit. And that stuff's pretty salty, so I wanted to incorporate some type of little shelf, and this is what I came up with. You can put some screwdrivers in here, wrenches, just whatever you need as you're working on the engine. Have it right here handy. For the future, to finish it up, I'm going to put something across here, probably some type of aluminum or stainless, and I'll have, probably a voltmeter, water temperature, oil, a tack, and then over here I'll have a switch to turn the ignition on, then a couple toggles and a push button for the starter. I got that stuff ordered. It should be here Tuesday. Down here on the bottom, or I should say down here, I'm going to put a couple pieces across, and then my radiator should be here Tuesday, I believe. So I get the radiator in there. I got a 16-inch electric fan. It's supposed to move like 2,500 CFM. It's supposed to cool 800 horse, so I shouldn't have a problem. I know I'm not going to have that, but hopefully I'll have a stout big block. The next time that you see this, hopefully the engine will be on it, and I'll be getting ready to fire it up. For those of you that haven't seen my other video, I guess the other two videos on this, basically all I did is I have a big block Chevy that I wanted to rebuild, which I did, and then I decided I'd want to break it in on the engine stand, and I've seen some of the ones online, some of the ones I think Northern Tool had one that was kind of cheaply made, I thought. So I just did a lot of research, started watching a lot of YouTube videos, getting some ideas, looking at some pictures, and I kind of came up with this as my own design. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some out there that are similar to it, but this is what I came up with, and I haven't seen any with this jack. And what this jack's for back here, just to let you guys know that haven't seen the other videos, I took an old engine stand, I cut the head of it off, and this jack has a piece of pipe in here, and it's made so you can weld it to whatever. You need to use a lot of people use it towards boats or trailers or different accessories. But what I did is I took that pipe, I ground this old head down, welded the pipe to it, so I got the pin that goes through here. And then this comes off. And the front, as you can see, I made it adjustable. So you can raise it up, several inches, and then this jack will just help balance it out. And all it does, is just spins and raises up and down. The cool thing about that, if you want to get really serious, really technical, you see guys on TV that build them hot rods, and they put motors and custom built chassis, and they want to have about I think it's a 2 or 3 degrees angle on the engine. So technically with this engine stand, if you wanted to be that precise, which I don't think is necessary to break the engine in, but you could raise the engine up a little bit, and then the back here you can adjust it, because this doesn't hold a lot of weight. It holds some, but mainly it helps balance it. The majority of your weight's going to be held here and here by the mounts on the side of the engine. So it's just something I just came up with. I wanted something to kind of have my own idea. I haven't seen anything like that before, so I wanted something that I thought was kind of cool, a little bit different. Some of you guys might think it's a stupid idea, but that's why we build things. We get an idea and we want to see if we can do it. So I just got an idea one day, and this is what I came up with, my engine start stand. So in the original video that I did with of the 454, I wasn't sure on the carburetor. I did finally narrow that down. We went with a Quick Fuel 780 CFM dual feed hot rod series carburetor, and I had it narrowed down to the SS series, but you know, my engine's not an all-out race engine. It's going to be around a 9.5-1 engine. It's got like a comp cam. I think the duration is 262. It's a 262 extreme cam. So it's not really going to be a thumper, but it should give me some good mid-range power. You know, got a nice set of heads, cast iron heads that should flow decent. Some headers, and so I'm looking forward to getting it on the stand and getting it broke in. As far as the primer, if any of you are curious, just went down to AutoZone, got some Duplicolor self-etching primer. I did take a little 90-degree buffer and just kind of scuff up the paint, and then I wiped it down with a little bit of acetone just to clean it best I could. And then once I got several coats of primer on there, everybody liked it so well, I just figured why not just throw some clear on it. Now I probably could have spent a little bit more time painting it and priming it and everything, but you know, the stand's not perfect. I've never built something like this before. This front leg here, this one here, it's kind of snug. I got to take a mallet and adjust it, and that happened when I welded in my 45s, as you can see. When I welded them 45s in, it kind of pulled it. Technically, if I wanted it to be perfect, I could cut those off, you know, there and there, and try to re-weld it, but you know, once this thing's set, pretty much it's not going to move. I mean, it's going to be sitting close to the radiator, which is going to be mounted up here anyway. So the back one moves. This back one moves pretty freely. So once it's set, it ain't going to move too much. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Actually took a day of vacation and got a big jump on it. We'll probably end up using some type of marine black battery box, and I got to get some type of fuel tank. I'm not sure I'm going to use yet, but I don't think that'll be too hard to find. So the next video you see should have the engine on it, and I do have to still make up. I got my AN fittings and my fuel line, so I will have to do some cutting of the fittings, or cutting of the line and piecing it together, which, again, YouTube's awesome because that's how I pretty much learned how to do it. I just looked it up, watched several different videos, ordered a tool from Summit Racing, and I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to put the engine on here, get them lines made, take my time, get it wired up, and the next video, hopefully we can have this thing running for you. Any questions or comments? I mean, you know, ask. I have no problem sharing anything I know, and I'm always looking forward to learning new things. So once we get this thing done and the engine broke in, I'm sure I'm going to look into building something else. It's just a lot of fun. So that's it. You guys have a great day. Thanks.